Jodes, I've got a great question for you. So Marin's asked us a question. I think new business owners need to think very seriously about their branding before starting a business. What do you think? Can you offer some advice on how to write a good bio, business description, including keywords? Where do I get logos made? How do I customize my graphics? Basically, where do I even start to get all this done? So I'm going to hand that one over to you, Jo.
Okay, great question, because most people's response to that is going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be freaking out thinking, oh my goodness, I need to know how to do graphics and logos and da-da-da-da. But I think the super important thing here is one word, outsource. Now, outsource might freak some people out too. They might think, oh, that's expensive. I haven't got the budget to spend. But what you might find is if you are going to sit there, a job that might take a professional graphic designer or whatever it may be that you need done, it might take them an hour to do. You're going to sit there for 8 hours and try and learn how to do it. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to probably want to throw your computer out the window. And what could you have done in that 8 hours of time that is far more productive to get to your end goal? So outsourcing is super important. And I think there's a couple of things, and I've been doing this for 12 years, and I am so much better now. I don't do it anymore. If I catch myself, it's a trigger. If you hear yourself saying things like, I'll just do this myself, it's only going to take 2 seconds, or to save some money, I'll just do it myself, or, the time it would take me to explain this to someone else, I could have done it myself. And you've talked, Yvonne, in your other posts and what have you about flow and what you enjoy and that kind of thing and what you're good at. I've found over the years that just because you've learned to do something and you can do it well, it doesn't mean that it's something you should be doing. And, if you're finding yourself doing too much, I find there's a couple of triggers for me. If I hear myself say that this is only going to take me 2 seconds, I'll just do it myself, instantly that raises a red flag for me that I need to outsource it. Secondly, if I am sitting at my desk and I physically, or doing whatever it is I need to be doing, if I physically feel my shoulders tense up and I get a pain up the back of my neck, it's like my body going, you're out of flow, you're not supposed to be doing this, time to outsource. And I used to think, but I can't afford to outsource, it's too expensive, it's going to cost me all this money. But you got to think about what's it costing you to not outsource. And it's not the truth that outsourcing is expensive. So a couple of websites that you can go to outsource things to. I use Hilsz a lot, and it's quite good. I mean, you've got to sort through the people. There's always going to be some people who there are people out there that let you down, but then you're going to get to know the ones that are really good to use, and you can continually use them. And the beauty of things like Hilsz and the other ones I'm about to tell you about is if you get someone to do a job for you, and they don't do it well, it's not like you've employed staff. You just don't use them again. So that's super easy. The other website is Freelancer. I use Hilsz more than Freelancer. I'm not as familiar with Freelancer. But the latest and greatest, which gives me a lot of tweet content as well, is Fiverr. And that's with is it 2 V's or 2 R's? 2 R's. Fiverr. Fiverr.com. It's a bunch of people who have all these things that they're going to do for you for a $5. Now, there's some on there that are a bit crap, to be honest, but there's ones on there you can check their rating, and if other people think that they're great at what they do, they're going to put a good rating on there, and you can check the feedback from other people as well. So Fiverr.com. Now, the other thing is, sometimes it's as simple as, if you already use Facebook, even if it's just a personal profile chatting to your friends, ask them if they know somebody that does insert job that makes you want to throw your computer out the window here. And one other little exercise that you might like to do, and especially if you're starting out, is maybe write a list in your business of all the things that you think need to be done. And in those 3 columns, you can put the stuff that you enjoy, the stuff that comes naturally to you, the stuff that doesn't give you a headache. And if all of those things are ticked, fantastic. You can do it yourself if you've got the time. And if those things don't have a tick in both of those boxes, that means you need to outsource them.